All right, we are going to jump into the next session. Before we start with our luxury panel, I want to bring up Michael Valdes. Michael and I are going to have a little fireside chat. Great. Grab a seat.
I'm loud enough, I think so.
Yes, well, we'll share.
Okay.
Do we have another microphone for Michael? Perfect. Thank you. So I'm really honored that you're here today.
It's my honor.
As I said, Michael was one of those calls that I made on that fateful day, and I remember through my tears with Veronica on the phone saying, and I'm planning this conference, and it was just, and I said, will you come speak at it? And he said yes, and he kept his word, and I truly, truly love that. And
Well, I want to share a little bit about that story too, because Veronica calls me first and says, I need you. And this was during the holidays, and actually I was on my way to St. Bart's. I was, you were sort of like on your way on holiday, and she says, Carolyn is in an issue right now. She needs a new home. We need your help. And so you were trying to move your team. We went through everything. We were like, we got you. And we had the concierge team called up from vacation to help your team before you got on your plane. And it was sort of like, this was your family.
Yeah,
and we
absolutely.
so love you being here.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. It's important to find your tribe, and I truly feel that, you got a feel for Veronica, like how can she not be your tribe, right? And Michael, you were so welcoming, and I really, truly appreciate your team was amazing. So anyway, the reason why I wanted to have Michael on stage today before our luxury panel is because, well, let me start by kind of giving a little background about you. So Michael used to work for Realty. He was with Realty for almost 15 years. And so he's been exposed to a lot of the various brands, various models. So he's going to help me co-moderate the luxury panel, but he's also going to be this afternoon speaking on the brokerage of the future panel and share a lot of his perspectives during that.
And by the way, this is a bit of deja vu because it's sort of like Realty's just down the street.
Yes.
And this is the hotel where we used to do all of the training for all the franchise owners that used to come in. And it was like the wonderful staff of this hotel actually remembers me from there. And so it was really funny sort of walking back in here this morning. I haven't stepped foot in here in 3 years.
Yeah, well, welcome back.
Yeah, I know.
So your position was vice president of global servicing for Realty, and you were there. You oversaw a servicing platform for all the brands, including Century 21, Coldwell Banker, ERA, Better Homes and Garden, Corcoran, and Sotheby's. And you were at Sotheby's for almost 15 years.
Correct.
Yeah, which is where I was previously as well. So it's important, I think, to really have different people's perspectives, and I think you've been kind of in all the different positions, and so I think you're going to bring some good content today. But before that, you were in the private banking business with Deutsche Bank. So I just have a quick question: what made you switch from finance to real estate?
So I was in finance for 10 years, and so it was 9/11 really was what changed. It was all of the risk management changed during that time. So at the age of 25, I was actually the first Latino director of Deutsche Bank in the United States. And I focused on a lot of high net worth individuals. I also had a lot of American Indian tribes that I focused on for diversification. And so those were my two large niches. And so after 9/11, everything changed, risk management changed, the whole business changed. And so I got in at a very good time. That was 31 years ago. And so then I decided that I wanted a break, and that was my first attempt at retirement. That didn't work really well. And so I started buying a lot of real estate and saw that the majority of my P&L, the biggest part of that, was the real estate commission. So I actually got my real estate license for my own portfolio. And then I got into real estate quite by mistake. And it's been a good run.
Well, that's great. I think, you won't hear the same story twice and how people come to this business. And I'm always fascinated to hear, people's different, how they got into the business. So with that, I think what we'll do is bring up our luxury panel. So if we can have Vanessa, Jason Pierce, Nikki Klein, Robin Burdett.
Do you want me on either bookend?
Yes, we're going to grab one more chair. But yes, come on up.